Hello guys, be attention here. My name is Muhammad Samar Khan and I am going to tell you about minimizing potential hazard of materials and finishes for buildings. So the next topic one is importance of material selections. There are three types of important of material selection. First one, performance and cost and functionality. The first one is performance, the strength, durability and flexibility and other mechanical qualities of different material vary. And making the proper material choice guarantees that the product will function as planned in the anticipated circumstance. And the next one is cost. Selection of the right material can assist optimizing cost without compromising quality or performing, as materials cost can vary greatly. And the third one is functionality. Certain material can have special qualities that make them appropriate for particular uses. Certain material might be more appropriate for a specific purpose, and such as heat resistant, chemical in inertness or electronic conductivity. And the next slide one is common hazardous material and finishes. And there are also three types of common hazardous material and finishes. The first one is lead based paint, and the second one is asbestos, and the third one is volatile organic compounds. And we are going to I will going to tell you about lead based paint. Before the late 1917s, lead based paint was often utilized in the construction project, and it's very harmful for child, such as behavioral disorder and neurological damage and development delays. And asbestos, due to its heat resistant and longevity, asbestos was historically frequently employed in roofing, insulations and other building materials. On the other hand, asbestos fiber exposure can result in mesothelioma, asbestosis and lung cancer, among other dangerous respiratory conditions. And the third one is volatile organic compounds. Chemical known as volatile organic compounds, and its potential to evaporate into the air and harm for human. And exposure to volatile organic compounds can lead to headache, dizziness and respiratory irritations, among other health issues. And we are going to next slide. Potential hazard posed by unsafe material and finishes. There are four types of this: health risk, inhalation hazard, environmental impact and electrical hazard. The first one is health risk. Toxic chemical included in many hazardous products can lead to short-term and long-term health issues when they are exposed: respiratory irritation, allergic reactions, brain damage, organ failure, developmental abnormalities, and even cancer are some examples of this health dangerous. And the second one is inhalation hazard. Certain dangerous substances, especially volatile organic compounds, and fumes might irritate the respiratory tract, resulting in wheezing, coughing, dyspnea, and other respiratory issues. Environmental impact. Unsafe material can harm the environment when they are produced, used, and disposed of. This cover these displacements of natural resources as well as air and soil contaminations. And the third one is electrical hazard. Certain material can they risk electric shock or malfunction in electronic equipment or writing because they conduct electricity or interact with electricity system. And the third one is about New Zealand regulations and standard governing material safety in constructions. There are three types of that: Health and Safety at Work Act at 2015, and the second one is Building Act 2004, and the third one is Building Code. And the first one is talking about health and safety about worker and workplace. Uh, the main obligation of maintaining health and safety in the workplace, including building sites, are outlined in the legislation. Ensuring of health and safety of employees and other individual impacted by the work in a requirement employees, designer, manufacturers and supplies to the extent it is practically practicable. And the second one is Building Act 2004. This law controls constructions regulations and guarantees long-term, healthy and safe construction of structure. It has clauses about inspections, buildings, consent and code compliance. And the third one is Building Code. The Building Code is performance standard for building construction are outlined in the New Zealand Building Code. This standard covers things like structure integrity, fire safety, weather and brightness, and accessibility for all the new construction as well as some expansions and renovations or to already existing building complies with the building code is required. And the third one is step for assessing material hazards. You can see the picture of this helmets, gloves and safety shoes and clothes. This is the all material to save you from hazard.
Just 3 minutes.
Yeah, there is four type of this type: identifications of material, gather safety data sheets, risk evaluations, exposure assessment. The first one is identifications of material. List every material that is present in the building, site, workplace or other pertinent area. This covers all material consumed or created during operations as well as chemical completed goods and raw material. The second one is gather safety data sheets. For every material obtains a safety data sheets known as material safety data sheets. Each substance composition, safe handling practices, first aid protocol and regularity compliance requirement are all covered in detail SDS. And the third one is risk evaluation. Based on the material risk potential for exposure and uses condition, assess each material risk, take into account variable conditions, assess each material, take into account variable like the possibility and severity of negative consequences as well as any safety nets or control measures that may already be in place. And we are going to conclusion. In conclusion, ensuring that material dangerous are truly assessed in essential, upholding safety regulation in diverse settings through the process of detecting, organization ensure the safety of both their workforce and the environment. In addition to reducing the possibility of accident, following legal requirement and putting in place efficient control system also promote a resilient and safe work environment. Thank you so much guys for your attention. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any
You have a
questions?
question?
Yeah.
Can you please explain shortly
Yeah.
whatever you have not in your slide?
Oh.
And by your reading your whole slide, what do you understand?
Yeah, I'm understanding that this one is saying to that when we are going to in construction project, we have to make a good environment for yourself also, and that don't be harm for other also. We have to wear safety, just like boot, gloves, so we can be safe from skin irritations and brain damage, anything else. We use headphones in construction, in construction. That's all.
Very nice.
Thank you.